Hey y'all, it's Brandon with Voodoo Forge, and whether you are a beginning blacksmith or you've been blacksmithing for a long time, you make a lot of hooks. Now, of course, being able to forge it all out with just a hammer and anvil is the way you should 100% learn how to do this, but there's a jig that can make when you get into production of a lot of them a lot easier, so let me show you what I'm talking about. The normal way I do this is to quench the tip, come over to the horn of the anvil, and forge my hook. And that is a fine way to make hooks. The thing is I make hundreds and hundreds of hooks, so it gets to a point to where I need to be more consistent with my uniformity on an easier scale. Anything to make it easier for production of hooks. That is where a hook jig comes in. This is the material I'm going to use. It's a 1-inch, 1/4-inch thick angle iron, 1/2-inch ID pipe, and a short little drop of 1/2-inch round. Let me get it cleaned up. I don't need all this angle iron, so I'm going to cut it roughly in half. I want to make sure I get a good weld, so I'm going to clean all this mill scale off. Over here to my little welding vise. And then, first I'm going to put my 1/2-inch material on here. You don't have to go nuts on this thing. This is the size hook I want to make on here, so I'm going to use it to help me position my tab a little further out than that. We'll tack her on. To use the jig, we quench the end and bring it right around tightly. Bring it to the anvil, give it a quick tap, straighten everything up, and there's our hook. The beauty of this kind of jig is you can make any size jig for any size project you're working on. If you have to make multiples of something, you can easily make a jig for it out of scrap. All this is scrap. I don't always use angle iron. I don't always have a piece laying around. You know, you can use square stock or rectangular stock. You know, whatever you're needing to do. They can be used for other things as well, putting eyes in things, stuff like that. You can wrap it all the way around, then take it to the anvil and get it centered up. This one has a notch cut in it. There's some decorative fish hooks I make, and I use that when I'm doing those. I also use it for hooks. So it's a great resource to have. Even if you don't weld, get the material together, take it to your buddy who welds, take it to a welding shop, get a couple of these welded up, and they will make your life a whole lot easier. Y'all, that's all there is to it. And your use of these jigs is only limited to your own ingenuity. You can use it as a bending fork. You can use it for all kinds of things. You can also make them where they will fit in the hardy of your anvil if you so desire, or you don't have a vise for whatever reason you don't have a vise. But it is doable. You can make these in all sorts of ways, whatever suits you. So hopefully this gave you some ideas and got some juices flowing. And I hope y'all got something out of this. So y'all behave yourselves. We are in fact going to get jiggy with it. Not in a slap Chris Rock kind of way, but in a, decent human being kind of way. Can't put that in there, shit.